Hi friends, Zoe here, and today I'm super excited to talk to you because I'm going to be talking to you about 5 tips I have for how to handle situations that are out of your control. So it's inevitable in life. We're going to be faced with challenges, frustrating situations, and just plain situations where we just can't understand why something is going on or why something can be so bad. But I wanted to talk to you today about 5 tips that I have for when situations are seemingly so out of my control and how I stop overthinking about them, stressing about them, and having a lot of feelings of anxiety about them. So let's get started. So tip number 1 is to remind yourself that there is a plan much greater than yours. Sometimes I find it helpful to say to myself or remind myself that there is a plan much greater than mine. And you know this, I know this, from situations that have happened in your life already, when you can look back in hindsight and remind yourself that everything kind of came full circle, or if it doesn't seem to have come full circle yet, it eventually will, and you'll realize why certain situations happened. Just remind yourself that the universe is working in your highest and greatest good, and anything that seems like a struggle now won't be very soon. So remind yourself there's a plan much greater than yours. So like I said, I will say this to myself, I will meditate on it, and I will just try and focus on how this situation, even though it seems very challenging at the present time, is actually going to make my life and my dreams all work out for the better. Tip number 2 is to zoom out of the situation and stop being such a controller. So I tend to have this issue. I like to control a lot of things in my life, from my schedule to my finances. I like to have as much control over things as I possibly can. And you need to recognize that sometimes situations are completely out of your control. So zoom out of that and don't try to focus in on little details, because that's what stresses you out. Zoom out and look at the big picture. Although it might be difficult to understand why a certain situation is happening, just know that you personally don't have control over it. And no matter what, it will work out in your highest and greatest good. But just recognize that you can't be a controller, so you just need to take your foot off of the gas and just chill out a little bit. Like I said, zoom out. Picture it like a camera that is zooming into a situation and zooming out. I find that this really helps me with anxiety too. When you are stressing about a certain situation, you're most likely stressing about details. What are they thinking? What's going to happen? What if this happens? What if that happens? You are out of control. You are not in control of that situation. So just zoom out and just know that it will pass. Tip number 3 is to visualize positive outcomes. So I like to do this through meditation or just relaxing and listening to good music. If I find that a situation is stressing me out and it is completely out of my control, I just like to think about what I would like to happen, or not necessarily the path that I would like to happen, but just an outcome of me being happy at the end. So say if this is a situation where you're stressed about finding a job and you're out of work, think about yourself in a position that you would love and that you're so happy to get up for work every single day. Don't think about all the applications that you need to put out into the world and hope to get something in return. Just picture yourself in a position that you would like to have and picture yourself happy, and I promise things will work out for you. Tip number 4 is to learn to live in the moment when uncertainty is around you. Uncertainty will always be around us, and I know that it can be quite tempting to get caught up in it and have your mind be so consumed on what ifs and wonderings and ponderings about certain situations. But just live in the moment. Don't ruin the present time because you're stressed out about the future time. Just focus in on enjoying your day, on relaxing and taking that you time and fueling your body with good, healthy, nourishing foods. When you can try to be more present, I promise you're going to find a lot more gratitude in the situation as well. And that brings me to my last tip, which is tip number 5, and that is to be grateful for whatever situation that you're in. When life presents challenges in front of you, you know and I know from looking in hindsight of our lives that this just means that the universe is preparing you for something more and something better than you could ever even imagine. So just think of it as a way that the universe is leveling you up for that next chapter, for that next endeavor that you're going to pursue. You need to be strong enough for your next chapter, which will bring wonderful and amazing things, but also new challenges. And you need to think about it as like a video game. I know I brought that up before. I was a gamer in the past, but think of it as a video game, and you being faced with challenges and you conquering these challenges will only bring a higher level for you to explore and adventure on. So know that whatever is going on in your life right now, it's just preparing you for something amazing to come in the future. Anyways, I hope this video helped you guys through anything that you're going through right now or in the future. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave them below. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And I'll be seeing you again very soon. Bye!